Chapter 477, Night's End Part 1. Thrud's move cornered the god of healing. He didn't need to use a diagnostic spell to know that no potion could save his teammates. Their injuries were too deep. Without providing them life force, any healing attempt would be as deadly as the wound itself. Krishna Manohar knew it was over. He had failed to rescue his rescuers and now, weakened and alone, he was no match for his enemy. They were all already dead. The only variable was the order in which they would die. The mad professor finally experienced defeat and it tasted like horseshit. The monumental self-esteem that had been the beacon of his whole existence crumbled like a house of cards. He stood with a blank stare, incapable to react. I can't win. There's no reason to play if I can't win, he thought. The Mad Queen didn't even bother with him, moving to her next target. Her plan was cruel and implemented with such precision that it would inspire terror in any sane person. Unfortunately, her last opponents didn't fit the bill. Neither of them was ready to die nor surrender. Manohar fought only to win, whereas they were content with not losing. You already managed to hit her, yet she's still alive. What's gone wrong? Journey asked while Thrud yelled her promise. The problem it's not the sword, I can manage that, Lith said, leaving her impressed. The armor blocks all of my attacks and in a contest of pure magic, I'm no match for her. While she is free to focus only on countering my spells, I've no chances of winning. Maybe I have a solution for that. Where others would see the Mad Queen promise as a death sentence, Journey saw an opportunity. I need you to buy me some time, can you do it? Lith nodded in reply. Thrud appeared between them, slashing at him while unleashing a hail of icicles at Journey. Lith blocked Arthan's blade with ease as Journey rolled behind a nearby column and escaped being turned into a kebab. Thanks to soulless drawing power from the mana geyser, Lith was still as strong as when the fight had started. Thrud's body, instead, was severely weakened after being hit with the full force of 3 Tier 5 spells. It made the physical gap between them even wider. Lith tried to push the opponent's blade aside to headbutt her, but Thrud read his move. She didn't resist, so that he used too much force and found himself out of balance. The Mad Queen used that split second to step in and execute a shoulder bash against Lith's sternum. It pushed him back and squeezed the air out of his lungs, leaving him defenseless. Even though my strength is diminished, the skill gap between us is more than enough to get rid of him, she thought. When she tried to lunge at his chest, Lith deflected her blade while holding the gatekeeper in a left-handed grip and returned the favor in kind. He used the momentum of Thrud's attack to double the strength of his own shoulder bash. She was too close to avoid the hit and the one which followed. The armor could prevent part of the damage, but Lith was much heavier and stronger than her, leaving Thrud in mid-air long enough for a right uppercut to land. Once again Arthan's armor deflected the hit, but Lith's gauntlet's claws still accomplished their mission. Solis had enveloped herself in a gravity sheath strong enough to open a deep cut right above the Mad Queen's left eye. It bled profusely, blinding her. It's a trap. The constable was waiting for this moment to strike. Journey's reputation was enough to make even Thrud afraid of her resourcefulness. The Mad Queen kept her only eye on Lith while she stabbed with surgical precision at her own blind spot, where Journey was supposed to be. Except she wasn't. After her roll, Journey had dashed toward Manohar to snap him out of his childish tantrum. What the heck are you doing? Why aren't you helping? She said while splashing potions and tonics on the 2 fallen spellbreakers. They couldn't save their lives but could prolong them for a bit. A single healer can't save both of them, he replied. Even if it was possible, it would be pointless. We did our best enough. The word refused to roll off his tongue. I don't have enough mana left to defeat her. Not with those goddamned artifacts supporting her. You are useless and he is too young. It's over. No, it's not, you dimwit. Have you forgotten about the clean slate spell? It can disable her armor, Journey whispered. You think I didn't try? He said while pointing at the numerous cuts on his professor vest. I need to touch her to activate the spell and she is too fast. My constructs can't transmit spells and the last time my real hands neared her, I almost lost them. Listen carefully, man-child, Journey snarled. You prepare that damn spell and we'll do the rest. You'll know when to act. Meanwhile, Thrud's confusion was getting the better of her. The cut was too deep for first magic to heal it quickly and she had already used the healing spell she had it ready. Arthan's armor held another such spell, but once she used it, it would weaken the artifact's defensive abilities to the point the enemy's blade could seriously injure her. Not to mention that wasting such a powerful ability for a small cut sounded absurd. Lith exploited her blindside to pile up more damage and weaken her with each hit she failed to block. The armor prevented wounds from opening, but the blunt impact wore down her already dwindling stamina. When Journey returned, Thrud's enhanced senses informed her of the enemy's arrival. The Mad Queen had no idea if it was Journey, Manohar, or both. She blinked to safety, putting her back against a wall. Lith saw her exit point and made sure to appear on her left side. Thrud couldn't see and Journey was too far to notice Lith's throat turning of a scaly black as he hurled a stream of blue flames.